So, if you create something as a copyright owner, what are your rights? Let's say I wrote a short story called Alphabets. Ta. And the first thing I do with this is to put a copyright notice on it, which is not required, but it's a good idea for no other reason than to warn people that you consider this your property. And the three elements of a copyright notice are the C with a circle, your name, and the date. And you can see this is an old presentation when you wrote this work. So here's what you can do with your exclusive rights. You can make copies. You can reproduce in copies, hence copyright. You can prepare derivative works. And by derivative works, I mean things that are based on your original copyrightable work. For example, you turn your short story into a movie, or you write a sequel to your short story, or you turn it into a TV series, or if you wrote a poem, you might make it into a song. All of those are considered derivative works. Number 3, you have the exclusive right to distribute those copies, which is usually done by sale, but it can also be rental, it can be lending. There's all sorts of things that distribute can mean. If it's a work of the performing arts, such as a musical work, or a dramatic work, or a choreographic work, you have the exclusive right to perform that work, or to give other people the permission to perform it. Number 5, if you've done a work of art, you have the right to display that work. And finally, and this is the one where we all get caught, because this is where everything is seemingly distributed these days, is on the internet, it gives you the right to broadcast your work digitally. So those are the exclusive rights. Reproduce, prepare derivatives, distribute copies, perform the work, display the work, and broadcast the work digitally. And I put a bundle of sticks up here because these are usually known as the bundle of rights that come with copyright. And as any bundle, they can be unbundled and separated. So you can give permission for one person to make copies. You could give permission to someone else to turn your short story into a choreographic work. You could give someone else the right to perform your choreographic work in public, whatever. So these are the kinds of ways you can break this up. They don't all have to go together. However, I think you'll find that if any of you sign publication contracts, usually the publisher wants all of these rights, not just some of them. Although legally, all they need is a non-exclusive license to reproduce and distribute those things. That's all publishers technically need. So, the copyright law is more than just for the copyright creator or the author. It is also a balance. And if you look at the rest of the law, you'll find that from sections 107 to 122, and the law begins with 101, so the first sections are all about those rights, but from 107 to 122, which is the majority of the law, are the exceptions to those exclusive rights that I just mentioned. And here are all of them. And you can see they range from fair use, which we'll talk a lot about in a few minutes, but a lot of them have to do with certain types of use.